So how do we start? How do we help companies to bring these ideas into something that is valuable for you? We typically start with days in a life. What is this? Days in a life or a day in a life? It's basically our strategists go and actually perform the task that these potential users of the app will do. This includes either partners, employees, delivery drivers, inspectors, auditors. Pretty much that process that you're trying to resolve, there is somebody that is doing it right now. We may have some ideas on how to fix it, but there is no better idea or there is no better context to it that actually get your hands dirty and follow those people with their current issues. It's very important because if you're thinking about a service app or something that is going to allow you to help your delivery drivers, and in the room, everybody can think that we probably need to change the process from A to B to C. But once you go on the road and you actually experience the different situations that they experience every day, probably B is not a step that you need, and you can make a better process just going from A to C. Now, having all those notes and all those ideas from different potential users of the app has to come back in a way that we have some honesty of outcome. It's okay if we're having some issues with those processes. It's okay if we're not following all the rules. There is a reason for that. So we bring those results from a day in a life process. Then we start creating these ideas on how to resolve it. We gather some leadership viewpoint because it's important to know where the business wants to take this company next. And then with those key user or key shareholders of the app, we provide a very realistic functional identification of your app. Now, all of those ideas are great, but we need to turn it down into the next level, which is how do we make this process better? You may think that one app is going to solve everything, but what we have seen is since organizations are complex structures, you may need more than one app to solve one issue. You may need an app for the managers to approve some sales quotes, and the sales app, which is totally going to be different, focus on the sales process. So you don't have to integrate both into one app. We define a mobile app roadmap by identifying hotspots through ideation. Art of possible. We do this sticky game where you come and grab your idea, and we have some different metrics, either key shareholders of the process or either participation from the customer in some interactions. Along with that, we integrate some business drivers. Your organization of readiness, there is no point in going farther than what your organization can do from an IT perspective. And then we see how easy is this to implement. There are some limitations, could be around the vendors, could be around different parties that interact in your daily business process. After that process is done, we're going to rank them. We're going to see what actually makes sense to be built first. You could think that a process that transforms your business is the most important, but the rest of the attributes that we take into account will tell you that maybe what everybody needs right now is a way to see the different documents that you have in your intranet, in your mobile devices, right? Once we define this, now we're going to move to the next one. We're going to select one of those apps, that app that brings value, that app that will drive your business needs and you're ready to implement, and we're going to bring it into a rapid prototype. A rapid prototype is a simulation of what that process will look like in a mobile device. It's something where you should focus on the highly ranked functionality, the things that really solve something. You're going to need a login screen for your corporate app. That doesn't really give you enough information or feedback if this app is going to really transform what you're doing. It's not a deal breaker, so you should not focus on it. Consider it as part of your flow, but do not spend time prototyping that. Instead, focus on things that really provide value to your application or to your candidate of prototype. Make sure that that scenario is real. You went through the whole process of knowing the user, understanding what their pain points are. Make sure that it really complies with that, and then start focusing on those things. As you rank your app, you're going to have different phases of development. Remember that mobile development is a constant iteration. There's always going to be a new update for your iOS or Android devices. There's always going to be a new form factor that you're going to have to adapt. So make sure that you phase this out for a continuous delivery of your application. Out of those capabilities that you have phased out, grab the ones that are important and put it into a prototype.